In this guide, I talk a lot about my relationship with my father because, for the most part, my father was absent from my life. He was there for birthdays, he was there Christmas, he was there for graduation, he was there for child support. Um, he was there for the birth of my children, a couple of my children, not all of them. And he was there for like my wedding. He, tried to be an influence in my life. Even when I moved in to the dorms or either to the apartments in college, he was there. But for the large majority, and I talk a little bit about it, he was absent out of my life for whatever reasons. A little bit of it is in this guide here. And so with his absent, him not being fully present all the time, it did have an impact. As we know, like, father-daughter relationship is just as important as the mother-daughter relationship. Really impacted the way that I saw myself and my self-identity. So between the ages of 11 and 13 years old, I carried a lot of shame and embarrassment about who I was. And so then between 14 to 17 or somewhere along those lines, that shame and embarrassment turned into full-on anger. So then between like 18 and my early 20s, okay, so I was married at 20, had my first child at age of 20, because I thought that was the thing that I needed to do, right? Because I did not want to have children outside of wedlock. And so by the time I was 25, I had maybe 25, 26, I had 4 children. Married, stay-at-home mom, worked part-time sometime, but really prioritized my husband's, at that time, his job over mine. We moved from Virginia to North Carolina to Connecticut following his career path. My identity became locked in as a mom, as a wife, and I did not mind that, but because of the way my identity kind of formed in my younger years, I was not secure in that piece, because again, I carried around a lot of shame and embarrassment about who I was, and I did not want my children to experience that. In like my early 20s, I really started to process and think about those reasons. Why did I get married? Why was high school for me, those last 2 years in high school? When I got to college, I was just like, wow, like I'm in college, and so many things just started to click for me. Okay. But anyway, I want to save the book. I don't want to give everything away. But yeah, so in this book, in this guide, I really do talk about my upbringing. I talk about my relationship with my dad, and kind of how being able to explore and process